Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Erin's Beauty Minute. I'm Erin, and today we're going to be trying to do a little bit of a sort of fall Halloween look. It's in the theme of Halloween, so it's going to be very orange and black, okay? And then later on, I'm going to be doing a tutorial of how to make a pumpkin face on your eyelids. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so what we're going to be using today, we're going to be using the Nectar palette and the Nectar collection that ColourPop came out with for their spring collections. It was one of the, I believe it was the first edition that they put in, so I still have it. So today we're going to be going through a lot of that for the orange impact. And then because it does not possess a black or a really like good smoky eye color, we're going to use the Poster Child palette from Wet n Wild. And it happens to have a black shade. So we will be going into that as well. We're also, we're gonna debate between the Katy Cat matte black. It says Perry Panther on it, but it is a black lipstick, a jet black. So just so you can see it, it is a full-on black. So when you're doing one for actual Halloween time, I would recommend doing this. But for right now, we're gonna be sticking with ColourPop and two of the orangey shades. Now this one looks a little pink, I understand, but it's not. So what I think I will be using today though, and I have no idea whether it's a matte or a satin because the writing wore off on the tube, but this, I think this is probably a matte given the shade, and it is called Exaggerated, so we just might do a little bit of that today. But into the video we go. Alright, so we always want to make sure that we have a transition shade, and what a transition shade is that's basically the first color that's like the foundation color of what you're going to be moving on top of. My eyelids are already primed. As you can probably see, it's a little wider around my eyes than the rest of my face. That's because all I did was prime it. I did not add on concealer or anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and take a brush here, clean it as good. Always have clean brushes. I need to clean mine. So what I want to do, and I'm going to move you in a little bit closer. So just hang on one second. Alright, good. That should work just fine. Sorry, you're sitting on a couple of boxes because my tripod's being a brat. So we're going to go ahead as our transition color. We're going to go in with this color right here. And I wish they had put the names on the back of the package, but they did not. So this one is called Issues, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take, and it really doesn't take much, you just tap it in a little bit. And we're going to apply that all over both lids. Just doing a little, what I called wax on, wax off situation. Other people call it something else, but that's just what I like to call it. So you do want to apply it all over the lid. And if you see little black flakes, that's because the waterproof mascara did not come off last night. It did not want to do that. So you may have to dip in a couple of times just to really lay down that transition, and that's fine. You can also go with a fluffy brush if you choose. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how it looks with a fluffy brush. So let's see what I have here. Yep, I do have a fluffy brush here. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the same shade. Coat the brush and go in on both sides. And you do want to go, as you're going back and forth, into small circular motions so that you're really getting the full effect of the pigment. Okay. Okay, so this is what the transition shade looks like. I know it's very light and almost unnoticeable, but it is there. And what I want to do is I'm going to take this color right next to our transition shade, and it is called Centerfold. So we're going to go ahead and take the same brush and just really go ahead, and we're going to almost do the entire lid again. So be very, very careful, tap off any excess, and go ahead and go on in, because we really do want that orangey shade to show. Alright. You really want to coat it as best you can, knock off the excess. Now, I like to have it a very deep orange because we are doing a smoky eye and you want your orange to show. So you really want to get in there and make the shades equal as possible. Okay, so one more dunk. Okay, so there's that. Now I do want to kind of go into one of these single shadows that was also brought into it. This is called Cutouts, so it looks like this. And I'm going to use yet again the same brush, and I'm going to tap into this shade here, tap off the excess, and really enhance that orange again. Okay, so you really want to add a little bit more because we want that orange to pop, okay? So go ahead and dunk in again, tap off your excess, and really just kind of go to town on your eyelid there. Alright. Now what I want to do is I do want to define my crease. So I'm going to go ahead and use a crease brush. And we're going to go ahead and go in on this very dark orange right here. And it is called Slim Fit. So we're just going to tap in a little bit, and it really, I mean, if you can see the coating on that brush, it is a little crazy, so do tap some of that off. And yes, I'm going in where part of our smoky black is going to go. But again, we do want to intensify the orange because we're going to have a bit of black going on. So go ahead and go in on that outer corner and just be careful of any fallout. Okay, so I think that's actually all that we need to do for the orange portion. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back into the package. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into that black shade that we're going to be using. So, as I showed you before, this is from the Poster Child palette from Wet n Wild. So we're going to take this black shade, and I'm going to take a ColourPop angled brush, if you can see it. And this is going to act like our eyeliner. Oh boy, yes it is. Tap off any excess and just start in that inner corner and just gently lead it upward. Okay, so you're going to want to dunk in again, very gently. And if you have some fallout, that's okay. So we're making a very sharp wing. Going to turn the brush around and keep going over. Okay, so we do want to do that. Just make sure to lay down the eyeliner first, just to do that shade, and then we will smoke it out. So make sure that you do have a sharp wing because you do want to smoke it out just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back in on the right eye and just really sharpen and define that line. Make sure to just gently wipe away any excess. So right now, that's what this is looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and take, if I can find one around here. I know you're in here. Sorry, I'm looking for, oh, there we go. I was looking for my other smudge brush. Okay, so I'm going to take my fluffy brush from e.l.f. that's also defining, and I'm going to go ahead and take one dunk. That's all you got to do. And just really smoke out as best you can. You almost want to smudge it a little bit. So go ahead and go back in. And we want to sort of smoke out that liner, but keep it defined. And almost lead it in a little bit into that crease that we did before. And smudge it through. Go ahead in on that other eye here. And again, we want to go slightly into the crease that we created. So right now, you can see that that sharpness is there. Now we will go back in with that other brush and sharpen it again. But you do want to end up with a slight smoky eye look right there. Just be very careful when you're pigmented with black. Just keep on going for a little bit. And then you're going to go back in with that defining brush. We're going to dunk it into that same black shade. And now we want to go underneath, so the lower lash line. And really line it up. Okay, so you do have that going on. And then we're going to do the same thing on our other eye. Make sure that you do have the slanted edge going. So for the left eye, you'd have it in this direction. For the right eye, you'd have it in this direction. And just sort of drag it in a little bit. And so right now, this is what your Halloween orange and black smoky eye would look like. Do make sure to go back in and smudge in any other issues to sharpen it up. And then we're going to move into mascara because this is what it needs to look like right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and put that onto the eyelashes to further define the eyes. So we go ahead and gently do that. Now this is a trick that I found, is that you need to do the lower eye first. Lower eyelid first, I meant. Okay. So it looks like that. And then just work your way through here. I apologize for that sound. That was my garage door getting closed. So, this does take a little bit of focus. Anyway. Okay, so that lash is defined. Now we do the other one. And up. Okay. So now that those are put on, you can sort of tell there is a little bit going on with the mascara, so it did not want to go on as well. I think I'm running out of that. So if you're having an issue like that, go ahead and take another mascara that you have. I have a waterproof one from e.l.f. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of what I already did. Okay. So it looks a little bit better. Okay, so that is what those lashes need to look like. And I will be back in just 1 second to show you a little something more. So hang on. Okay, so now that we have our mascara on and the eye look, I want to go ahead and move into the rest of the face. So what I'm going to be doing is going into, yet again, one of the ColourPop Nectar Palettes collections that we have. And I'm going to take a fan brush right here. Make sure to fan off any excess if there was something from another job. So what I'm going to be going into, this is what the pans look like. So there's your blush and your highlight. The blush that I will be going into is Excuse My French. And okay. So I do have a brush here, and this is the Ultimate Blending Brush from e.l.f. So I'm just going to dunk it in a little bit here onto the blush. And here's the apple of the cheeks. This is how we do it. Always make sure to smile so that the apple of your cheeks does get involved. Okay. And really get in there. Okay. Now I am going to I'm going to use that fan brush and add some of the highlight here. So I'm just going to coat the fan brush, and we're going to go in for some highlight. Oh, beautiful highlight. I love it so much. Okay, so we are keeping in with that orangey theme here. And it may not look so intense right now, but in the sun, beautiful. Okay. I like highlight, so the more the merrier. And now that I believe we are done with that, we're going to go ahead and go in with the lips. Now, these two are colors that I thought would work well. I'm going to go ahead and use the one called Exaggerated because it does have more of an orangey tone than the other one does. So we're going to go ahead and apply that to our lips. See, because it is actually orange coming out. So here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there is your orange. And I believe that after a little bit of setting spray, which is right here, we're good to go. So, here we go. I will be using the Natural Finish Photo Focus setting spray by Wet n Wild. I love the Photo Focus line. So, here we go. Again, do not breathe in heavily. And you're going to go ahead and just fan yourself off a little bit. And I'll go ahead and zoom you out so you see the full look. See? So, yes, continue to, if you're a little on the damp side from the setting spray, you can always just keep fanning yourself off a little bit. But this is the look, and I believe that it will be a very good look to try out. And if you want to try this out and stuff like that, you don't actually have to get the ColourPop palette. I mean, you can easily use the orangey shade that is in the Poster Child palette by Wet n Wild. Again, it's a really great palette. I personally, when I first got it, did not realize that you always have to take off what's almost like a top coat before you can get the pigment. So just be aware of that whenever you buy any eyeshadow from the drugstore. So that's just the way it is. I don't know why. But I certainly hope that you enjoy this tutorial. I can put down all of the products that I used today. And, yeah, that's all you need to really do. This is a very simple look, and it goes very well. So, thank you so much for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for returning. If you liked this video or any video that you've seen, please hit the subscribe button below, and also hit that little bell that's right next to it, because it will notify you every time that I post a new video. So thank you so much. My P.O. box address will be down below, as well as my social media links. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.